Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Madcapper. This is another video on Watcher of Realms. Today I want to talk about exclusive artifacts. I want to talk about one exclusive artifact in particular, and I want to let you know, in case you haven't heard, maybe you haven't, it's the best exclusive artifact in the game, and I'm going to prove it for you today. The artifact in question and the hero that benefits is none other than HEX. HEX has a skill. That skill allows him to do ridiculous amounts of damage, and his exclusive artifact is such that it absolutely destroys, absolutely magnifies his damage by X. And how does that happen? Well, first let's take a look at the skills. I have mine maxed out. He is an Awakening 1. He has this triggered by receiving damage, resets incoming damage, and gains invisibility. That's not it. He does have each attack launch has a 20% chance to inflict stun. Not it, though potentially. Deals 120% magic damage to one enemy, prioritizing airborne units. Not it. What is it? It's his ultimate. When triggered, increases damage by 140% and attack speed by 100, reduces attack interval by 50%, and replaces all cards with the Joker. The Joker deals 400% damage 3 times and inflicts burning for 5 seconds. If you look over here, he gains 1 card of fate, which is the cards we were talking about, with each attack. When having 4 cards, the hero has a chance to randomly obtain and acquire 1 card from the following: Temperance, Death, and Strength. Deals extra damage to airborne units. So this card mechanic is where the actual magic happens. Before we talk about the artifact, I'm going to put on his old artifact, the artifact that I normally have, which was a maxed out Spirit Siphon, which puts him at a higher BP, gives him more stats, and we're going to take him into the easiest place to show sustained, consistent damage, and that's the guild boss. Now, obviously, we're going to try our best to time this because I don't obviously want to run my key here because then I'll have to do this 2 days. But we're going to go into Nightmare 4. We're going to run an auto fight. And this is with the team I use. I've been using this team forever. It's 50k, it does between 50 and 55k each time. We're going to stop it. We're going to give it 2. I think we'll give it 2. I'm trying to remember if it lets me see damage. I'm sure it does. We're going to give it down to 2 minutes. When there's 2 minutes left, we'll stop it. And we'll check the damage, and then I'm going to show you the damage with his exclusive artifact, which is only level 10. So much less stats, lower build power, but the difference is ridiculous. And we'll talk about why that is and why, there's nothing you can do to affect getting this piece, but absolutely it's a game changer for you and you're going to want it. The reason why I want to go to 2 minutes, actually we're even going to go to 1 minute, because I want to give him all the cycles in the world. With that Spirit Siphon, and then we'll give him all the cycles in the world for the other. I don't even know if this is on point here. I didn't check to see if my team had all the proper gear on them, but I can usually know on the breakout here. Yeah, so this isn't even going to hit 1k. We're going to try to get this. Okay, we're at 1 minute, right? We're not going to hit 50k. I'll tell you right now. Obviously, there's a piece of gear that's missing, or something in the timings is off again. Because usually I'm about 45 at this point, and we're at 40. We ain't making up that 5k. So let's quit the battle, and then we'll show the damage. Now, predictably, Silas, almost 100k damage. One of the greatest hitters in the game. He's got his bond skill. He's max skilled. He's got great gear on him. He's doing his damage. And then you have Hex at 78. So that's good 20k less, right? And then below that you have Lust. It seems like Lust might be the one missing gear, because usually she's a lot closer. She's in the 70s. And even, what probably happened just by looking at these numbers, probably my Dolores is off, which happens all the time in this game for some reason. But yeah, so you see the damages there. That's going to give you a good indicator. Now let's complete it. We're going to challenge it again, but we're going to change over Hex's artifact to his exclusive. Like I said, it's only a level 10. It's not. It doesn't seem to be as impactful. But we're going to auto fight it again. We're going to stop it at 1 minute, and I'm going to show you the difference here. And frankly, the difference is astounding. And the reason is, now you maybe when you watch him, he's got that big bow. Those are his cards. Those are he's pulling from the deck. And of course, during his ultimate, it's always going to be the Joker, which is going to be that bonus damage. And what his skill does, and you see it popping up there all the time, is it speeds up his Deck of Fate pulls. And that can be for any time he pulls a card from his Deck of Fate. But it's especially impactful when it talks about a 400% bonus damage hit on the boss on a sustained damage piece like this. The fact that he can cycle through those hits is essentially giving him at least one more Joker per ultimate. And when he's running 4 to 5 ultimates, it does make for a ridiculous difference in damage. We're going to be about on that. And you see the difference in damage already. I was 1 second off. Apologies. I'm sure this will go. You can see I'm at 44k blood. The only difference I made was HEX. The only difference I made was HEX. HEX has lost attack. He's lost the Spirit Siphon's abilities, right? Which is boosting damage on top of that. So let's take a look at what the difference is. And now you see why it makes such an impactful difference. Everyone else is pretty close to the same. She was at 67. It looks like Valeria got another 5k, another 1k from Silas. No one else is doing anything different. The difference is Hex, with that exclusive artifact, jumped from, what was it, 77 to 107k, and is actually out damaging a much, well, I wouldn't say much, because they're built around this ability. So let's show you what's going on here, and why this is happening, why this is such an impact. Again, we talked about it during the run, but I just want to make a case again. When you build your Hex out, and hey, I'm not someone out there's probably be like, no, you're doing this wrong. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and it seems to be working. But I've built him out for incredible damage at a much reduced attack. Now, there are places where there are total attack number checks, so maybe this 13,250 isn't going to be enough. Keep in mind that 13,250 is over 14k when he has the Spirit Siphon on. When I switch to this, we obviously lose those extra stats because we're not at a maxed out exclusive artifact. My lord, I wish we were. But I would have to probably, when we take him into other areas, in order to maintain his high damage level, that attack check at 13,250 may be too low, so we can adjust. But for the guild boss specifically, in any mass damage, what we're getting here is we're getting a decent 1.1 attack interval. We're getting 407 crit damage because we are amplifying. So you're hitting a crit capped 407% crit damage, and then you're getting 400% of that on the Joker. And what is it that this artifact's doing that's so ridiculous? Yes, it does. It increases single target damage by 15%, which is nice. That's good. I would say that's nothing much better than this, right? It increases damage dealt to the same target by 10% with each consecutive hit. So arguably we're doing 30% more damage here, right? But the Joker, it's all about this, can rapidly draw cards during ultimate. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't tell me how often it can. It says it can. It doesn't say it does. It says it can. But if you actually watch a run, maybe we'll do a third run with this and just show. We're gonna go here. We'll do a play test so I don't mess anything up by accident. And oh, I lost my music. It's very loud. All right, so we're gonna put Hex down. We're gonna put Hollow down. We're gonna put Dolores down. We're going to see what kind of damage specifically. So what is happening? The two things that are happening here. First of all, he's getting 15% damage in every shot. But more importantly, he can quick draw cards. Now, I've been unable to visually really determine what that looks like. We're on one time here. You can see his drawback on his bow. you see there the drawback and then hit. Now the big thing is during his ultimate, all of them are replaced by Joker in this current iteration. I believe that's the A1. I'll double check that after this. You see when he draws back 823. Now he's going to be invulnerable, so I didn't see the hit because, of course, his head's way too high. 500,000. He's drawing back 2.2 million, multiple 2.2. Like it's just bonkers how much that 1.4 multiple. The damage is just broken. Now, is he shooting faster? The rapid draw, like right there, that looked like a rapid draw. Is that what's happening? Is that he's rapid drawing and you don't see the big pullback at all? Or is it just quicker on the pick of the card? That I'm not too sure when looking at it. But what I do definitely see is that Hex is doing significantly more damage, as we saw. So we can quit the battle now. You can see what's going on. Think of it functionally. He's getting consistent damage. Plus, if he's quick drawing, it means during his ultimate, he's quick drawing the Joker, right? We'll go back to the hero and we'll talk about this. We go to skills, sorry. So you've got this heal. When triggered, during the effect of Mad Truth, there's a chance to draw the Fool. That's the A1. The Fool is what gives you that 500% damage 3 times and inflicts 75. So you saw that 3 times. That's that 2.2. 3 times. Right? And gets slow and burning. Slow is not a big deal in this particular case, but the burning definitely for 5 seconds is adding even more damage. So instead of getting the Joker, which is 400 times, 3 times, you can get the Fool, which is a extra 100%. So that's the A1. That's going to happen no matter what. But what's happening is all those effects, all those bonuses are being multiplied by the fact that he can rapidly draw cards during the ultimate. Now it says can. I don't exactly. It's like we watched it visually. I've done this a couple times before recording. I couldn't specifically. There are times when you see his book flash above him, but it doesn't feel like there's a difference in the animation. So I'm not too sure what the rapid draw truly means. Is it on the pick of the card that it's quicker before the drawback, or is it including the drawback? Am I just missing the visual education? I'm not too sure. But what it essentially reads is this guy's increasing his damage by 15% all the time, no matter what, whenever he's hitting, and he's quick drawing during his ultimate, or can quick draw during his ultimate, and when you have the A1, which makes him ridiculous. So the net result, regardless of how this goes, regardless of what this truly means, is that Hex is the Sutra of Carapace, or Caprice. It's distressing feature. I didn't know there was a little talk about it. But it's essentially, you saw it. It's increasing his damage tenfold. This is by far the most impactful exclusive artifact in the game. Now, there are other impactful artifacts in this game. Lust has one. Very impactful for her abilities. Does increase her damage significantly. But when you're talking about a champion who's already among the triple S tier of Guild Boss and other single target sustained damage modes, Samura, the Apocalypse, Hex is also good because he's got the chance to stun. So as long as you're not using his ultimate during that moment, you can pull the stun card. It is a little bit more janky. If you look at his skills, it's like is it 15%? 20% because it's fully I got that extra 5%, so a 20% chance to inflict stun on the target for 2 seconds. This increases the damage dealt to targets inflicted with CC effects. I don't know if that really matters for the Apocalypse 1 or 2, but you have 20% chance to stun. You've got a champion that hits really freaking hard. He's also very good in the Nightmare group. Or sorry, not the Nightmare group, the Infernal group, which is a very high, good, strong, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, faction for that. So having this artifact is just going to boost your damage in 2 of the most important places of the game. If you're asking yourself, what is more important than anything, it's Drake's Chasm and the Titanic Runes. These Titanic Runes, these rewards are ridiculous. I got 6 ancient whatchamacallits on my last one. getting a 30k reward. Actually, I don't even think I got the 30k reward. I think I got the 8k reward and the top reward on Apocalypse 1. Now I'm going to get 30 in top reward. Hopefully next week we'll get 50. I feel like I have a 50k team in me. But the amount of damage he's going to do. Now, I had actually run Hex on my second team. And lo and behold, actually, in this particular case, Zillitu out-damaged him. But there's a reason. Hex died during this run. And I had to wait 60 seconds because I don't have Volca on this team. I had to wait 60 seconds to get him back again. And he's still basically tied my Zillitu. And you see my Hex, like they're both beating my Silas on this run. Plus Hex is bringing that stun. This exclusive artifact is in a tier of its own, in my opinion. Obviously, I haven't tried all the exclusive artifacts. Maybe I'll jump on the test server. Let me know in the comments down below what exclusive artifact on what champion would you like to see featured. I can go over to the test server. Now that I actually have gear on the test server, they gave us gear. The only bad news is I don't have average gear. I have amazing gear or nothing because they gave us all ancient gear. The glowy ancient mythical. I don't know, I'm just making up words now. Ancient glowy mythical super duper gear on the test server. But I can at least give you an idea of what the exclusive artifact can do versus its counterpart. But in this case, bar none, the difference between Hex and his damages with a plus 10 exclusive versus the Spirit Siphon is night and day. It is for 30%. And I have seen testing when it's maxed. His max exclusive artifact is about a 70% increase in damage. Just put that in the Rolodex of the mind. Let it percolate a bit and think you're going to get some freebies. I'm going to get one here. I can tell you right now where this puppy's being used. Oh, I got it. Well, hey, look at that. I didn't even realize I had it already. Let's just do the right thing here. I think that's what that is, isn't it? Can I use it on this? Can we promote it? Yeah, of course we can. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Please. That's going to give me more stats. And now it's single target damage by 18%. Now this is getting ridiculous. Can we do this? Can we show what it looks like at 25? No. I'm guessing it's going to be what, 6, so it's 16, 19, 22, 25. So it's going to be 21, 24, 27, 30. At 30%, it's basically doing everything the Spirit Siphon does, but also with the rapid draw. It's broken in a way that few things in this world are. So there you go. My recommendation right now, based on my testing, is if you get those baubles, use them on this thing if you have a Hex, especially if you have an A1 Hex. I'm rambling. Let me know in the comments down below. What's the next champion you want to see? What's the next damage you want to see? And I will do my darndest. Let's just see. Do we want to see that do we want to see a run here? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's end this this video. I'll give you the run. We'll stop talking. I'll take myself off screen. We'll run the actual key. You saw kind of what's going on. I'm gonna run my actual key now and just let it go. And thank you for watching. Please be safe, be kind. Get me to 1,000 and I'm giving away 100 of the Coda gold thingy, $100 American worth. So get me to that 1,000 subs. Let's go. Quick note here that I actually have to rerun my key because, as you can see again, if you're paying attention, Dolores is not properly using her ultimate. Please fix this, Moonton. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. I shouldn't have to rerun keys once I have them set. There's no reason. There's no reason why this should happen. Fix it, please. And now on with the regularly scheduled program.